Asterisk, why are you here? My wealthy grandmother stood in the doorway of the family shelter, her Chanel purse probably worth more than everything I owned. My 6-year-old daughter Emma clutched my leg, and I felt shame burn through my chest. But what came out of Grandma Catherine's mouth next wasn't sympathy. It was the cruelest sentence I'd ever heard. You made your bed, now lie in it. Then she turned and walked away, her heels clicking on the linoleum floor. That was 6 months ago. Now she's standing at my door, suitcase in hand, begging me to take her in. And oh, how the tables have turned. Asterisk. Let me rewind to the day my life fell apart. 2 years ago, I was living the dream. Married to David, a successful businessman. Big house in the suburbs, stay-at-home mom to Emma. Then I found the letters. Love letters. Dozens of them. David had another family. Another wife. 2 other kids. For 7 years, he'd been living a double life, and I was the fool who never suspected. When I confronted him, he didn't even apologize. He just said, figure out yourself, packed a bag, and chose him over us. Overnight, everything collapsed. The house? Rented in his name. The cars? Leased through his company that didn't exist anymore. The bank accounts? Emptied. He'd been running a Ponzi scheme. And when it crashed, he disappeared, leaving me with nothing but debt collectors and a traumatized 6-year-old asking why Daddy didn't love us anymore. I called my family, desperate. My parents were retired, living on fixed income. Couldn't help. My brother offered his couch, but he had 4 kids in a 3-bedroom house. Then I called Grandma Catherine. She lived alone in a massive 5-bedroom house in the richest part of town. My grandfather had left her millions when he died. She could have helped with a snap of her fingers. Grandma, please. Just until I get back on my feet. Emma and I just need a room, maybe 2 months. You know what she said? Jessica, I warned you about David. I told you he was no good. You didn't listen. This is what happens when you make stupid choices. I'm not rewarding your failure. I was stunned. Grandma, I have a 6-year-old child. Your great-granddaughter. She laughed. Actually laughed. Then you should have thought about her before you married that con artist. I raised you better than to be a charity case. Figured out. Click. She hung up. That night, Emma and I slept in my car in a Walmart parking lot. The next day, we checked into Family Hope Shelter. 3 weeks later, Grandma showed up. I still don't know how she found us. She walked through that shelter like she was touring a zoo, disgust written all over her face. When she saw me serving Emma dinner on a plastic tray, she stopped. Why are you here? I couldn't believe it. You know exactly why I'm here, Grandma. Because you turn us away. She straightened her pearls. You made your bed, now lie in it. Maybe this will teach you some responsibility. Then she left. Emma asked me why the fancy lady was so mean. I had no answer. But here's what Grandma Catherine didn't know. I'm a fighter. I took every resource that shelter offered. Job training, therapy, financial counseling. I worked 2 jobs, saved every penny, found affordable childcare. 6 months later, Emma and I moved into a small apartment. Nothing fancy, but it was ours. I kept climbing, got promoted, then promoted again. Started my own consulting business. 3 years later, I bought a house, paid in cash. Meanwhile, Grandma's golden boy, my Uncle Richard, who she trusted with everything, had been managing her finances. Turns out he'd been stealing from her for years. Forged her signature, drained her accounts, mortgaged her house without telling her. By the time she discovered it, he'd fled to Costa Rica with $4.2 million of her money. The bank foreclosed on her mansion. Her friends disappeared. And yesterday, she showed up at my door. Jessica, she said, and her voice cracked. I have nowhere else to go. I'm so sorry. Please, I'm begging you. I looked at this woman who'd abandoned us when we had nothing, who'd called my daughter a mistake, who'd chosen cruelty over compassion. Emma peeked around my leg, now 9 years old and wise beyond her years. Is that the mean fancy lady, Mommy? I had 2 choices, be like her or be better than her. I looked Grandma Catherine in the eyes. You can stay in the guest room. 1 month. but you'll follow my rules. You'll contribute however you can. You'll treat Emma with respect. And every single day, you'll remember that the charity case you mocked is the only person who didn't abandon you." She nodded, tears streaming down her face. "She's been here 3 weeks now. She helps with Emma's homework, cooks dinner sometimes. Last night, she apologized. Really apologized. I was cruel. I was wrong. I'm so ashamed. I told her the truth. You taught me the most valuable lesson, Grandma. You showed me exactly who I never want to become. Revenge isn't always fire. Sometimes it's simply proving them wrong, while still choosing kindness they never deserved."